Welcome back, everyone. Our third guest today is Don Baffoni from Baffoni Farms. Thank you so much for joining me, Don. We're happy to have you on today to talk a little bit about Baffoni, but also to tell us about turkeys in this fitting turkey season. So thank you for joining us. And for those who might not know about Baffoni Farms, you guys are in Johnston. You've got a really big area of land there. Give us a little history on the farm. It's been there for 80 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Okay.
Baffoni's Poultry Farm's been in Johnston since 1935.
Wow. An institution.
At this point, and it's on 80 acres of land, and we raise turkeys, about 1,400 turkeys, and we also do chickens as well,
Yes.
and hens for eggs.
Okay. Chickens are a big part of your business, I would say. Probably bigger than turkeys, correct?
Oh, yeah. We sell more chickens.
Chickens are
Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
We sell turkeys.
Chickens
Absolutely.
are the big thing at Baffoni, but we want to talk about turkey just because of Thanksgiving. But really, you guys are known for chicken. And so you've been around 80 years. A lot of that, with Purdue and the bigger farms taking over, you guys kind of managed to work through all of that. And now over the past 20 years, I feel like have expanded exponentially.
Yes, thanks to the public,
Yeah.
coming around and realizing that local, smaller farms, small, just like having a small batch whiskey is
small batch everything,
exactly,
small batch
yes,
chicken.
Yes. It's done on a more personal scale, and it's more attentive, especially like with livestock, raising them, and it's all about the care of the animals.
Yeah.
And
being humane, really.
and giving them a total stress-free environment.
That's true. And so you said it's the community, really, people that want to support local farmers and want to eat foods that are organic and don't have chemicals in their feed, et cetera. So you guys have kind of stuck with that over the past 80 years.
Yeah, we do a lot of work with nutrition, because you want to raise the animals without giving them any antibiotics or drugs.
Of course.
You have to make sure that their diet and you give them every advantage to be healthy. So we give them like a probiotic in the water so that their gut health is very good to convert the feed to energy to keep them healthy. We put vinegar sometimes in the drinking water, like 1 ounce to a gallon, to change the pH level.
Wow.
So bacteria doesn't spread disease through the flocks. And change the bedding, keep it dry and keep them comfortable.
Yeah, if I was a chicken, I would want to be there. So you are the great-grandson or grandson of the original?
I'm the grandson.
Okay.
But we have...
it's a family affair, right?
Exactly, yes. I have many nieces, nephews, cousins, and it's good. I'm surrounded by a lot of good people, and everybody pitches in, and we do a good job.
And so you kind of learned all this about chicken and turkeys through your grandfather, or is this something you all go to classes?
No, actually, I would say I've learned the bulk of it, on the job. Like my uncles and my father were very attentive about pay attention to this is why we're doing this, and understand the reasons and why. And then also, we read all the trade journals and publications. And
So it's something you've always been passionate about. You didn't want to go anywhere else. You wanted to stay here and do the...
Yes, I guess I was without even knowing it as a kid, but now that I've matured, I keep trying to tell my nieces and nephews, pay attention.
Let's do it.
This is something special.
It's big.
You're part of it.
It really is big. So for those who haven't visited Baffoni, you can go there. It's a farm stand. It's open 7 days a week, right? Or
6.
6 days a week. Okay. What can people expect? What do you see when you go there? I mean, it's...
Well, when you go there, it's predominantly around our farm stand, and we have, a full butcher service for the people that come in. We have like 2 acres of gardens, and you'll find tomatoes all summer and
broccoli
lettuce.
rabe, I know.
And
you guys have good broccoli rabe.
And as far as like biosecurity, we do not have like a lot of interaction with our livestock, with the public, but we would love to do that, but it would be kind of foolhardy to do it,
Yeah, it's tough. It probably, it's not an easy thing to
Right, and
see either.
Yes, exactly.
But
and then we hear the story of like one of the farms down in South County. They let the people pet the goats and stuff, and a few people said they were got ill, and
Oh, geez.
they went through heck for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's,
Yeah.
you have to think twice about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So the chickens and turkeys, they're fed an organic diet, no chemicals, right? Correct? It's all soy and there's no
Right,
additives,
seeds,
anything
yes,
like that.
corn and soy.
Okay, and they are able to kind of roam free, so they kind of meet all the requirements of being free range and organic. Is that?
No, no. Organic is a certain type of
Okay.
feed that is certified
Okay.
organic, and it's very expensive.
Yeah. But this
And-
just doesn't have chemicals, whatever it is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I would say, I tell people that come to the farm, I says, just picture Back to the Future, and you're Marty McFly stepping out of his DeLorean. Welcome to 1950, because that's like we're
a
modern.
1950.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it hasn't really been modified besides some of the feeding systems, right, since 1950.
Right.
So
you know.
you're really, it looks the same. You can hold up a picture.
It does, and we do like that style of farming. In other words, it's open air, all windows open. Like a lot of like the more modern farms.
Yeah.
They have no windows. They want to control every aspect to give them daylight when they want,
Oh.
make them sleep when they want.
Yeah.
So we just want more natural. This is
Yeah.
simple.
Simple, Back to the Future farm.
Yeah, Back to the Future. We are the future.
So you guys have, I would say, like a pretty cult following. Lots of people go in. I mean, how much chicken are you selling a week, would you say? How many pounds of chicken?
About 10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds of chicken a week. Wow. And you're in 50 restaurants locally.
Yep.
And you
Right.
can see on the menu a lot: Baffoni Farms chicken, Baffoni Farms fried chicken. I know there's Rogue Island right across the street has a sandwich. I mean, you see it a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Red Fez.
We always call it out. It's Baffoni Farms chicken. But I'll say Back to the Future now.
Yeah.
So we're really here to talk a little bit about turkey because we're at that time of year where Thanksgiving, everybody wants to eat turkey, and I'm sure you guys get a lot of orders. I think you're already sold out this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Just
for
about.
turkeys.
It's like it's a one heck of a business where you take 1,100 orders out of the 1,200 turkeys
Yeah.
before you've processed one. So they're all walking around. So you're trying to estimate
How
what
much
you
they're gonna
have.
weigh. Yeah.
Yes, because
Oh.
people come in and they want, it's an important holiday, and
Yeah.
last thing we want to do is not make it special for them,
Okay.
I want to be talked about positively
Yes.
around the table, not like
Oh,
there's not
yeah.
enough turkey here.
So
because of
they come in,
Baffoni's.
they order a weight of a turkey, and they're actually not even, they're still growing. They're not at that
Yes.
weight yet. So you've got to figure out which turkey's going with which.
Right.
family.
And the weather has a lot to do with it.
Okay.
The rate of growth. Like the August was the hottest on record.
Oh.
And September rained quite a bit.
Okay.
So our turkeys are about a pound lighter than, last year.
So what is weather, how does it affect the turkeys?
Well, when it's 95 degrees plus 12 days in a row, after a while, you're not really hungry. Your appetite is,
Oh,
you just
so they're
want
not
to rest.
eating.
You want to
Okay,
rest.
got it.
And then same thing when it's rainy and damp.
Yeah.
Again, you want to just sit down
Yeah.
and sleep all day. So,
Yeah.
the right weather promotes growth. A
Yep.
little bit of cold weather is actually better. The turkeys love that.
Today I learned I'm a turkey because I
Yeah.
don't like to eat either when it's too hot or too cold or too rainy. Yeah, I'm a turkey. So tell us about the kind of turkeys you guys have. Is there a specific kind that you're raising that you found to be, better than other turkeys that are available?
Yes, there are a lot of hatcheries
Okay.
out in the Midwest. That's a very that's like the real turkey central
Yes.
for the country.
Yeah, there's a couple
And-
huge ones.
Right.
Yeah.
And those turkeys tend to grow to be 60 pounds.
Wow.
And that's what they make all the cold cuts at the,
Okay.
at the market that you get.
Yep.
They want the giant
Big
breast.
turkey breast, yeah.
And for us, that's just, nobody wants that on their dinner table. So we did
60-pound
Right,
turkey. Yeah.
and luckily there's like a few hatcheries in Massachusetts that grow like a small white turkey.
Okay.
And we like the white turkeys because, when you process them, you don't have all these black spots on them from pin feathers,
Okay.
They're very docile, they're friendly, they have the right temperament, and max out at about 36 pounds.
Okay. And you say white turkey, does that mean their coloration is lighter than, say, like a wild turkey you'd see outside, which is, that reddish black?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. And how are they different from those turkeys? Like, I assume you can't just eat that turkey that is, is sitting around
No, you
on the highway in Johnston all the time. Those aren't your loose turkeys.
The eat having those.
So how does it kind of differ from more like a wild?
Those were tamed.
Okay.
It started from wild turkeys, but then by selectively picking traits out of the chicks, now you see some with lighter feathers, and you select them
Turkey
for breeding.
selection.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there it is.
and it's amazing to see how much they've modified them.
Okay.
Even with the chickens, you see it. Like they
Yeah.
have like chickens that grow to 12 pounds in 12 weeks, and
Wow.
then they have hens that you keep them for 2 years and they still weigh 3.5 pounds but lay jumbo eggs. It's like,
Wow.
and that's not genetic modification
Wow.
in a lab. It's just by breeding.
Breeding chickens and turkeys.
Yes.
And so with your turkeys, they're obviously you don't freeze them. They're fresh. They go to the family right after they're.
And that's what limits our production
Okay,
mostly.
because you don't freeze them.
And yes, we don't.
Okay. So you're getting a fresh turkey, which means it never went under 26 degrees. It's always, it's going kind of from your farm to table, literally.
Right.
Okay.
And that limits, like how much you can get done.
Yeah, how many you can do.
Yes.
And so for those who who couldn't order from you, or it's sold out, or maybe don't have the resources, what would you recommend as, going to a store to buy a turkey? What should people look for when they buy a turkey for Thanksgiving?
Well, you want to get something that's got, the minimal length of time in the freezer.
Okay.
Because, certain, if you put something in the freezer for a month, it's nearly as good as fresh,
Okay.
It's little by little, a freezer will extract moisture from the product.
Oh.
And that's when it starts to lose its quality.
Okay.
So,
So something that, hasn't been frozen as long as,
right.
humanly
And I
possible.
do know, like, a lot of the local farms, they'll do them a little bit ahead, and it gives them the opportunity to know exactly what they have to sell.
Yeah.
And it doesn't compromise the quality.
Freezing them.
Because
they're frozen pretty instantly, right? Yeah,
you do that for 3 weeks, and then
So
you're
that's
able
fine.
to tell your customer.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that it's absolutely mandatory to go right from
Farm to table, yeah. Because that's not possible for some people, but you still want to make sure you're picking a good turkey. And so I have to ask, who hosts Thanksgiving in the Baffoni family, and how many turkeys are there? Or chickens?
The Baffoni family, my grandfather had 4 sons.
Okay.
So, as families go, the sons aren't so close as the wives. So we all go our separate ways to our.
The wives' family.
Yes.
Okay, so you actually don't have a true Baffoni Thanksgiving.
Right. We usually do more of a summer cookout.
Oh, okay. So you're not eating you're not a big turkey guy, or are you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. So if you could say, like, have you guys tried, like, frying the turkey? What's your favorite way to prepare it?
I actually liked it just on my barbecue grill.
Grilling the
best,
turkey?
yes.
How long do you have to grill a turkey for?
Well, it's like anything. The most difficult turkey to cook is a whole bird.
Yes. So you like just kind of like the breast or something?
And everybody's so hung up on that Norman Rockwell painting to bring out the whole bird that they make such a big mistake, because to just, like even like Frank Terranova put out an article about, cut out the backbone and flatten it and spatchcock it and cook it like that. So that way
faster,
everything
too.
is faster and even. And that way you don't have the overcooked drumstick and the raw thigh, you know?
Everybody yelling about how undercooked and overcooked and
Yes.
dry the turkey is,
Right.
I think this is my first year hosting Thanksgiving, so I'm nervous if I'm going to mess up the turkey, but I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, do that.
Well, Donald, thanks so much for coming on with us
was my
today
pleasure.
to
Thanks
talk
for having
about
me.
turkey, all things chicken. I'm sure if anyone's been to a restaurant around Rhode Island, they've seen a Baffoni Farms chicken on the menu. Here's where it comes from. Donald himself, he's there with your chickens. So we appreciate you coming on to talk all things turkey with us. And we'll be right back with our last guest, who I'm very excited about. He is a four-legged friend, So stay tuned. We'll be meeting with Buddy and Tom from Anderson Whitfield Funeral Home next.